Hey everybody, and welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. I'm very excited. Tonight's movie is Robbin Hood. So, this hasn't gotten great reviews. At least the numbers on IMDb are 5.3, and over 6,000 people have reviewed this film, and they only gave it a 5.3. So that's disappointing. Everybody knows the story of Robbin Hood, right? Robbin of Locksley, who steals from the rich and gives to the poor, fights against the corrupt English nobleman. You know, it's a tale as old as time, as they say. Now, a little history from me. Robbin Hood with Kevin Costner, one of my all-time favorite movies. Well, not my all-time favorite, one of them. I really enjoyed that movie. Part of the reason was when I was in college, one memory I have from college, because the rest of them are fading away, but the one memory I remember, we in the middle of the night, end of the night kind of thing, worn down, let's watch Robbin Hood. We watched Robbin Hood. Outstanding. Not that I haven't seen it before. The movie ends. We all looked at each other. There was a group of about 10 guys hanging out. And I said, let's watch it again. We watched it 2 times in a row, back to back, until like 6 o'clock in the morning. Fantastic night, but enjoyed it just as much the second time as I did. Always loved that movie. Now, Taron Egerton, he plays Kevin Costner in this, and Jamie Foxx plays Morgan Freeman. And in this tale of Robbin Hood, Ben Mendelsohn is the sheriff of Nottingham. So, what was his name? You know, the guy from Die Hard. He was in this. Hans Gruber. He plays Hans Gruber in this. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I really enjoyed that movie. I loved, Prince of Tights was good as well. So, hour and 56 minutes. And we'll see where it takes us. 5.3, I'm really disappointed it's that low, but hey, who are we to judge? Alright, enough of that. I'm going to get into it, check it out, give you a better idea if the synopsis is any different than any of the other Robbin Hoods that we've seen. Oh yeah, and then there's another Robbin Hood too. I forgot about that. Russell Crowe played Robbin Hood. Forget about that one. Focus on Kevin Costner. Anyway, enough of that. I'll get into it a little bit, and I'll check it out and see what it's all about, and I'll check in from time to time and tell you how it's going, so stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Robbin Hood. We're at the 46-minute, 32-second mark. My daughters keep stopping down to talk to me, so I paused it here. So I might as well catch you up on what's going on here. And the way I'm going to kind of do it, because the best way I know how, is to kind of compare and contrast against Robbin Hood with Kevin Costner. So, very similar. Robbin of Locksley, rich kid, gets drafted into the war, and before he goes to the war, he meets Mary, who he falls in love with. But then he goes off to war for 4 years, and goes into battle. Now, in the original, or I shouldn't say the original, the Kevin Costner one, which I'll probably refer to the original anyway. That's where he meets Morgan Freeman. He helps him escape, and Morgan Freeman, because of that, dedicates his life to Kevin Costner. In this one, this is where they meet. But Robbin Hood isn't a prisoner, but Jamie Foxx is a prisoner, and Robbin Hood tries to save Jamie Foxx's son's life, and but he doesn't. But because of that, Jamie Foxx then picks him as want him to help him with the war against the Englishmen and stuff like that. So slightly different there, but it's not like a dedication of servitude to him for the rest of his life, and he also loses his hand. So that's a little interesting twist on it. But when he comes back, he acts more like his mentor, teaching him how they're gonna do this. So the sheriff, of course played by Ben Mendelsohn, is taxing the common folk for protection against people who are gonna come and attack them. So that's how he's getting rich, by taxing them and collecting all this money. And so Jamie Foxx's idea is Robbin Hood, or Robbin of Locksley, will become friends with him and get in by get in his good graces during the daytime or whatever, and then at night he will go and rob him and take his money down from him, and that's how they're gonna take him down, and that's what's going on. So there's a lot of training scenes, kind of like Rocky in a sense, kind of reminded me of that. There's lifting and working out kind of stuff, but in medieval ways. and there's a lot of training with the bow and arrow. Jamie Foxx teaches him how to shoot the bow and arrow, how to be very good, and then he starts robbing again the sheriff from everything, and then he starts giving it to the poor. Meanwhile, Mary, one other thing, they all told them that Robin Hood was dead, died in the war, and so she has moved on. So there's that aspect to this movie. She didn't save herself for him. She has another boyfriend or husband or something like that. Not exactly sure, but definitely a love interest. And so that's where we are. A lot, so there's a lot of differences, but that's okay. Some I like, some I don't like. A lot more action, like it's more modern action than what we saw in the, I shouldn't say modern, but film modern in a sense. Still all done with bow and arrow and horses and stuff like that, so a lot more action than that one, and I do like it, and I like our main actor. I think he does a good job. He's got the accent and everything like that, because I believe he is British. Jamie Foxx I'm on the fence with. Ben I like as the sheriff so far, but it's a different story. So my advice, you go into it knowing it's a different story, and that's going to help if you saw the other one. But I'm enjoying it so far. I like it. We'll see where it goes. There's a lot left. It's an hour and 56 minutes. And I'll get back to it. Check in again if anything interesting happens, or I'll see you at the credits, whatever. Hopefully you have enough now to stay with me and see it through to the end. So I'll be back. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of Robin Hood. And all in all, I think I enjoyed it. I had to do something which I recommend all of you do, is separate yourself from any other Robin Hood that you have seen, and take this movie for something different, an individual movie all on its own. So while it does have the characters of Robin Hood and Mary and Friar Tuck, all of those people are in it, just leave all the other ones out there, and this is just not, I don't want to say a modern day, because it's medieval times when right, medieval, whenever Robin Hood was Robin Hood originally. It takes place in that time period, but they spice it up with the Hollywood action scenes. So, and they tell a different story than one that we're used to, at least with the other Robin Hood movies and Sherwood Forest and all that kind of stuff. So they really took their own liberty and told a different story here, and just made it, a movie of their own. And if you go into it with, I think, that mindset, you might enjoy it. If you go into it with, no, this is the way Robin Hood's always been told, and this is what should happen, and we shouldn't be using the CGI and the action that is in this one, you probably won't enjoy it. And that's okay too. But for me, once I got to that point, I really felt that I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I mean, not a 10 or anything like that, but I thought it was fun. It kept me, interested the whole time. There was enough action. There was really no lulls that, and there's a lot of dialogue and stuff like that to put you to sleep. There was, so that you can get an understanding of what's going on, but there was enough action that kept you interested in paying attention, at least if you like action. And that was fun, with the archery and, bow and arrows, all that kind of stuff. That was fun. There are some things that I didn't like. I thought there were some bad lines in it that I thought was poorly written. I think he could have given a better speech at the end when he tries to rally the common folk. I wasn't sold on Jamie Foxx's character. I mean, I do relate it a lot back to the original one, but I thought they could have portrayed him a little bit different. He was a good mentor, but then he was just like a chauffeur. I felt like the rest of the movie. And Mary, of course, like I said, she's in a relationship, so what do you think is going to happen here? So I wasn't too happy about that aspect of it. So the characters outside of Robin Hood didn't really care for what they did with them. Besides the sheriff, I mean, I thought he played a good job of being the sheriff, and ruling everything like that. And then not the cardinal. The cardinal was okay, but I guess the bishop, the other guy, I thought he did a good job as well. Friar Tuck was okay. I would have liked a little bit more comedy coming from him, or humor and things like that. They tried it, but I thought, So as I'm repeating this all to you, there are some flaws with it, but it's not terrible. I don't think. I don't think the flaw was the way that they made the film. Again, going into it knowing what you know now. So I enjoyed it, and that's all. I don't want to keep going on. The characters, again, I think they could have done something different there and made it even better. Is what they could have done. I like the action, even though it's more modernized than it should be, with the slow-mos and all that stuff and whatever. I liked it. So but that's me. A lot of people don't like that, and that's okay. But characters could have been a little bit better, and that. But that's it. That's all I got. I'm happy I saw it. Hour and 56 minutes. I think it's worth the watch. So check it out. Let me know what you think. You know where the areas of where I think the areas of opportunity are. You know what I liked about it. See if you agree. I'd be interested to see what you think. So leave me comments, like my page, all that stuff. But if you made it this far, thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.